everyone. Welcome to Tea and Banter with me. It's me, Mary Elizabeth. Today is BB&B. And just to jog your memory, the book that we have read for the month was The Mansfield Park Murder by Lynn Shepard. So this was our buddy read. And we don't have specific questions that we go through or ask because, I don't know, I just sometimes like to write my own thoughts or my own things down, but we could definitely do that in the future if you would prefer. Just leave that in the comments below if that's something you would like us to do. So let's start. Do you want to go first? Do you want me to go first? What?
I don't care.
You took a lot of notes this time.
I did.
Okay, so do you want to start?
Sure.
Okay.
I rated the book 5 stars.
Okay.
Loved it. I loved certain characters. My favorites were Mary, Detective Charles Maddox, and Julia. I love Julia.
Okay.
I think this was amazingly written. I loved getting to know all the characters. And then when the murder happened, like the way it described everything, even the body, I was like, this is going to be good. I loved every minute of it. Every minute of it. But I did not solve hers. The other two I solved.
Okay. Yeah.
Hers I thought I had.
So just so everybody knows.
Sorry, I'm trying not to give spoilers.
Yeah, there's more than one murder in the book. So just so that you know, it's not a spoiler. It does say it in the summary in the back that Fanny Price gets murdered. So that's not a spoiler. But there are a couple more deaths in the book that we won't go into. Yeah, to spoil that.
Yeah, that Which, don't get me wrong, I love the book. I just,
yeah, I mean,
I love the original Mansfield Park. I mean, why did it have to be Fanny?
Well, that's a retelling. That's the way she sees that. I actually loved it, and it's funny because I'm probably in a minority when it comes to Jane Austen. Most people love Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility, and they feel like Elizabeth is one of the main strong characters, and all of that's true. All of that's true.
Yeah.
But Mansfield Park, a lot of people find Fanny weak, and
I don't.
so I've kind of talked about in the past with people that you're talking apples and oranges. Elizabeth has a strong family connection and supports where Fanny does not. And she's trying to survive in a world and make her life a little bit better by living with her aunt and uncle. And so, she has to bite her tongue a lot of times. If you've read the story, she actually gets sent back home, which isn't the greatest place to be for her, as a way to put her in her place, to know that even though she's living with them and certainly is having experiences that she otherwise wouldn't, they let her know that she is still less than. And so for me, I do find her a strong character. I don't find her weak. I find her being smart enough to know what she has to do. Yeah. And to top it off, that it's not a woman's world at that time. It was a man's world. So, I mean, again, so it's a different opinion than I have. So what I found interesting about reading this book is kind of going, I mean, she's now the one with the money and the one, and she's not the nicest person. No. But it was kind of fun to have that little difference for her, even though, you ended up, she's not the best character in this book. But
no.
But it was still fun for me to read. So I gave this a 5-star too. I think this was a great whodunit.
Yes.
I actually think it would, if Jane Austen had wrote a mystery, I think this would have been her style of mystery writing. So I give the author a lot of credit for that. And so my favorite characters were absolutely Julia. Loved her. Loved Charles Maddox.
Yes.
I'm glad actually this is a series.
Me too. I'm actually looking forward to the others.
Yeah. I just think it was great how the author was able to take the characters and just change them. She did keep a lot of the story, intact and all
and
of
even
that.
the way
but
they talked, like it felt like a Jane Austen.
Yes, absolutely.
Period. The time, like I liked that.
Yes, actually, I had to read the first 2 chapters over again. In my defense, I have not read a classic in a while, so I was like, wait a minute, I have to go back and start over again. And then I was like, okay, I'm back in the game. So, yeah, but it was very well written, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this book is a great conversation piece of have and have nots. What happens when you don't have any means, and what happens when you do have means, and does that change your personality? For some people, either way, you don't have, how does your personality go? You do have, how does your personality go? So I think that brings out a great discussion. If you took Mansfield Park in the murder at Mansfield Park and kind of compare, like, would Fanny Price actually become kind of snooty and mean in her behavior and interactions because she went from having no money to money. That's certainly kind of a topic, and I ponder that in my head, but we won't get into that because that would make, I think,
that'd be a whole other
a longer video than you probably want to watch, actually. But on the other hand, I think it was an original story with the inclusion of Charles Maddox. And he brought something else to the story. He brought a fresh take. I liked his style of solving the murder and his interactions, how he interacted with people. He got under their skin.
He did.
But he also had a soft side, and he was respectful.
Yes.
So, I really appreciate that. So what else do you have?
Let me see. I took a lot of notes. I'm sorry.
No.
Let's see. I love how it kept me guessing, especially with Fanny's, because like I said, I solved the first 2.
Mm-hmm.
But with Fanny's, I was like, okay, is it him or is it him? Because I will give this
or her.
Well, because the detective said the way it was done, he had to have been really strong, and he kept saying he. So I took that as, it's a guy.
Yeah, and it could be.
So, and he's strong.
Mm-hmm.
So I had it down to 2.
Yeah.
And needless to say, I was wrong. However, it did keep me guessing.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't know which one.
Absolutely. Oh,
and then it turned out it wasn't either one.
You know what character I did forget to say that I liked? I did like Mr. Norris.
Yes.
I did like him
he was
a
sweet.
lot. He really was, and he was strong of character.
Mm-hmm.
I thought so. He was another. So so I did do 5 out of 5.
Me too.
Which is awesome. Yeah. So, would you continue this series?
Yes.
I think there's 3.
There's 3 more so far.
Right? Or 4?
Well, altogether will be 4, because we already have the first book.
So there's the Man in Black.
Yeah.
There's a Frankenstein one and a Dracula one, right? Yeah. So if you're interested, please go to Lynn Shepherd and check out her list for Charles Maddox. I highly recommend them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'm going to throw a wrench. Because you know how my brain works.
Go ahead.
I come up with another idea. So we have 12 books that we need to go through the year.
If I can ever get them open, she let my dad wrap.
When we finally read the last book in December, in the end, I want it to get down to the best book of the year.
Oh, come on. That's like picking your favorite child.
I know.
Which
but I think
no one should have.
I know. But I think that's what we're going to do. So how we're going to do this is every 3 months.
You stress my life out.
Every 3 months, we're going to pick one book. And then at the end, we got to tailor it down. So, we have read so far.
You're giving me palpitations.
So, we have read so far Jane Steele, Poppy Harmon
That's
investigates.
not even going to make my cut.
I'm
sorry. No offense to the author at all, but
Let
no,
me try
not
it
my
again.
story.
Let me try it
It's
again.
not for me.
Jane Steele, Poppy Harmon investigates, and the Mansfield Park murder. So what you and I both have to decide, and we have to agree upon it, is what's the number one book we're moving forward.
Right now?
We can only pick one. That's going to go into our list that we're going to have to break down till the end of the year. So
We're live. You're putting me on the spot live.
Yes, that was my intention. So we can only pick one.
I don't think I like this game.
You know what's funny is because I was trying to think to myself.
I will tell you right now, the Poppy thing's not making the list for me.
And that's fine.
I can't speak for you.
Nope,
but
that's fine.
Not. I liked a couple of characters. See, I'm weird.
Yeah.
Certain characters I liked.
Right.
The book itself,
Right.
no.
Okay. So
That's
we
not
both
even making
agree
my
on
list.
that.
Okay.
But it's funny because I was thinking about Jane Steele and Mansfield Park, and that's what made me come up with this idea. So.
But what if they're tied? Can they both go
No.
on?
Yeah,
Come on.
We have to pick one to move forward. Which one?
Come on, this isn't fair. I'll cry because
I
I'll
know.
feel bad if I don't.
I
pick.
know. That doesn't mean I own it. I'm gonna keep my books.
Oh, I'm keeping my books.
And I will read more if they're in the series of them. But for overall book at the end of the year, I kind of want to see what that ends up being. Because it may not be either one of these in the end. We might, hopefully we come across even better books. But, so we need to pick.
I already know what I'd pick, and I hate saying this.
Which one?
Jane Steele.
Jane Steele? Why?
Because I couldn't. Not that I couldn't put this down either, but I don't know. There was something about that book that really, I just enjoyed it a lot, and I enjoyed this book too. However, yeah, Jane Steele.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you that's the one I
You
picked.
picked too?
Only because I have some relatability to her.
Yeah.
You know, not murdering anybody.
No.
That's not what I'm saying. But her feelings
Yep.
growing up and things like that. So I kind of related to her more. So that's what I picked.
Mm-hmm.
So we're in agreement. Jane Steele, out of the three, is moving forward.
He's moving forward.
Okay, so I'm going to jot that down.
Yeah.
Open up pages. So, what is this? March,
March
right?
25th.
March 25th, 23. Best book.
You know what's funny?
Jane
Well,
Steele.
I guess it's not funny. Honestly,
Jane Steele by. Who's it by?
I forget the author now. That's.
I do too. Sorry. Oh, Lindsay Fay. Sorry, I'm just writing this down. Okay. Okay. So that's the book moving forward.
That is the book.
We're on a roll, but I do want to make it clear I will continue on.
Oh yes, with this.
With the Charles Maddox.
Yes.
I really like
You
him.
know what I would love, and I don't know if you would agree, but I wish Lindsay Fay would do Quill Feather. as a
Yes, we
series.
talked about that. Yeah. Yeah. If
Like-
she does, we'll pick it up. but
Yep. I wish she would, because
and-
that I would read too.
Until then,
We're
we
sticking
just
with
wait.
Charles Maddox.
Yep. Yep. Good. All right. So, anything else before we move on to you opening?
No,
No?
no, I'm
Okay.
very satisfied.
Okay. So,
I'm
go
gonna plop
ahead
this here
and pick up
'cause-
Mansfield Park Murder by Lynn Shepard. You'll love it.
Okay, let's see if I can get into this one.
And now our book for April will be drumroll.
It's gonna be a long drum roll with the way you let him rap. Oh, for God's sake.
Fun, fun, fun. And I already have a plan for next year's box.
Oh, wait. I'm actually getting through. Girl's Guide to Murder. This is a story of an investigation turned obsession. Pretty and popular high school senior Andy Bell was murdered by her boyfriend, Sal Singh, who then killed himself. It was all anyone could talk about, and 5 years later, Pip sees how the tragedy still haunts her town. Now a senior herself, Pip decides to re-examine the closed case for her final project. At first, just to cast doubt on the original investigation, but soon she discovers a trail of dark secrets that might actually prove Sal innocent, and the line between past and present begins to blur. Someone in Fairview doesn't want Pip digging around for answers, and now her own life might be in danger. Ooh.
So
That sounds good.
Our book for April is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson.
Ooh. I'm
So
excited
if you
for
would
that.
like to join us, please do.
Yes.
And also, if you have any comments about the Mansfield Park murder, please put the comments in. Would love to hear from you, and hope you can enjoy us on next month's book club. Until then, I hope you are safe, and I hope you are loved. Bye.
Bye.